What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back into Chase Games, and today I am finally comfortable enough to start giving beginner advice. Okay, if you haven't started playing yet, or if you're in your first day, or maybe you've been playing since launch, maybe I can point out a couple of things that you missed, or maybe you know more than me. But whatever, I'm making a beginner tips video. All right, so now this is going to sound really obvious if you've played this game for more than a couple hours already, but don't be afraid to that's the trying to click my screen. Don't be afraid to use your XP items. Okay, this is going, by the way, my box is looking sad compared to all these reroll pictures I see on the Reddit now, but you are going to need to use your experience items. Okay, you don't need to hold on to all of them. I've spread mine out a little bit. I'm honestly having fun while playing. You can see I've got a Zeong and a Big Zam leveled up. I did an an SS conversion on my Big Zam, which lets you level any lower rank unit up to 100. That's what SP conversion does. It also gives them a big stats boost too. Kind of keeps them not necessarily on par with URs, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, they give you the experience items at a pretty decent clip in this game. If you keep playing naturally, it will give you more experience items. You're going to get them through missions and things like that. So they are a scarce resource, but not so scarce that you can't use them. My tip, and this is just really loose because I like to do some development along the way, and you might find yourself needing to do it, is to not use all of your experience packs. I would say try to only use like maybe 80-90% of them at a time. Save a few for development on low level units to, at the very least, to do your requests from base and things like that. So I just wouldn't use all of your experience packs, but yeah, you're going to need to go ahead and throw those into your main units. Now, I see a lot of people saying to put them into only one unit, one UR unit. That could be correct. I like doing it over 2 or 3, but that's just me. I'm not doing everything perfectly optimally, but yeah, you are going to need to use that, because I know some games you can level up naturally. This is not one of those games. Your experience that you get through just doing story is more than negligible, but it's not going to be enough to keep you current. If you're just trying to grind experience through stages, it's not going to be fun. And there was something else I had related to that. Oh, just while talking about the units you bring, this is something that was brought up to me, I think, this morning, or maybe last night, and it's the kind of thing that I kind of wanted to fight against at first, but it made perfect sense, is that when you are going through, especially these story modes and whatnot, that's not what I want to, I still have a couple of story modes to go through. Let's say this. Okay, Witch from Mercury. I don't have many of these units. So this one, all of my Witch from Mercury units are very weak, especially compared to my main team. Like these are the best ones I've got. A couple of level 50. Are these SSRs? Oh, that's a rare. Yeah, these units are all junk. Okay. But I do have my full team here of my regular team that isn't series series limited, whatever the term for that is, which is actually more than the recommended CP anyway. But even when it's less, okay, you can still just roll in with your regular team of high level UR and SSR units. You don't need the guest units. They will literally only bring your score down. Okay, so tip number 2 is don't worry about bringing the series team, the series squad. That's the term for it. Just bring your free squad. That's the term, free squad. That's honestly a good tip for most of story. Maybe there are a few exceptions, but because they also, so your series squad is going to be weaker like every time without fail, obviously, because it's just less units. And they tend to put them closer to the action. And if you're like me, you just want to go through on auto because it just takes much longer to manual. Okay, for story, you don't need to go off manual go off auto if you're playing at a decent pace. So your series squad is just going to get you killed, and it's just going to lower your rank at the end. So just go through with your series team. Try that out for yourself. I think you'll be surprised at how much easier it makes things. Okay, this is another thing. Do not sleep on the beginner missions tab, the panel, okay, in the top left here. Mine's on intermediate missions now, mostly because I did not worry about them for a while. You get a lot of good stuff while going through this, okay? You're going to get tickets for free singles. Let me see. I got an SSR guaranteed or higher ticket. You get more dupes of the G-Kooks, whatever that's called, Omega Saikamu. So mine is fully limit broken now. Okay. I just got another 100 SP conversion tokens, which are very valuable. And I heard from a few people that the third level expert missions, I believe, something like that, is going to have a ticket for a supporter UR and a unit UR. So it's a ticket that gets you a random one, but you're going to get 2 UR tickets from your expert missions. So my next beginner tip is to not ignore those. Go into the beginner missions ASAP. Your G-Quooks, that's another whole tip in itself. Your G-Quooks is it's a very good unit. The pilot in it can have the double chance step, which is extremely powerful going through story. That's probably the most effective pilot ability going through story, which is what we're all doing right now. So the G-Quooks is one of your best units, as well as Exi and Sasabi, but you know that's a reroll issue. So yeah, don't sleep on those. And once you get into intermediate, you're going to have more that go with character requests rather, which is strictly time gating. So don't sleep on them, because when you do want to go through them, you're going to hit time roadblocks. So be careful. All right. Another thing, just for playing optimally, is the development. Wait until you're, if possible, okay, wait until you're completely done with the story section and you've completed all the hard mode stages before looking into. Sorry, I deleted my data and came back, so it treats a lot of things like new. But get through the story first. Complete all the stages before you start working on things. Cause you could go further back on the tree. Okay, start from the right side of unit development, the right side of the map here. Okay, and make sure that you can't just farm some of these units. Bawu. Okay. So if you hit obtain, it will show you where you get it. So Bawu, there's no option. I just have to make him. All right. So this is Bawu. All right. So he has his own obtain button, so I can't just obtain that anywhere. But let's go back to this unit here, the one that I would need to make him, the Jamru Finn. I can actually farm him from a couple of different stages here. So I could have just I could have wasted resources and developed him, or I could just go farm a stage that I was going to do anyway. And running a stage is a lot less resource intensive than, wasting the level caps, wasting the unit. Like, you're just wasting a lot more. If you can farm the unit before it, if you can just get it as a drop, that's gonna be better, more often than not. I'm sure you can find an exception, but so there you go. And so if you've completed the story already, you can just go to obtain on the unit, and the stage that it drops from, if there is one, will just be available. It's much easier. Okay. Uh, and then, it's fun. One of my tips was to read this guide on the Reddit, but now I can't find it again. But anyway, don't be afraid to look out to the Reddits. And if you want to ask questions, like right now, if you want fast answers, your best bet is the Discord. This is fairly obvious, but some of the old guys like me, I don't use Discord that much until I got into games like these with relatively small communities. Anyway, join a Discord. That's where you can ask all your stupid noob questions and all that. And people will be happy to help you, I'm sure. Okay. I started one. The link for mine will be in the description. Mine's very small yet. I started a new Discord, and it's not a large channel, but it will get there, hopefully. I know you can find links to Discords on the Reddit, too. There's at least one. I haven't joined that one yet. I need to. Let me see. Now, this is one that I just made a video about this morning. I feel really dumb. I did not know this, that your supporters are basically just leader skills. If you've played a gacha that uses a leader skill system, that's what these guys are. So I was only focusing on the HP support and attack support. And I know that they have an ability. I think they all just have HP regen or energy regen. That I don't even know if is it once a battle or once a turn. I play 99% of the time on auto with no exaggeration. I just kind of watch the game happen. I'm just picking up the basics now. But what I did not realize is that the real let's get rid of my face. Don't worry, it'll come back. Is the leader skills section right here. This is what the supporter is all about. So the category for this one is called Lightning Fast, which will give 25% stats, except for energy, to target units. And the upgrade details, so the limit breaking is an additional 5%, an additional 3%, and then another 3%. So a 36% max, and that's, those are the dupes on these. That's the dupe system in this game, is limit breaking, for those that don't remember the term. Okay, but let's bring my face back. I know what you guys came for. So this category is once again called Lightning Fast. So these are the units in my box that this will actually affect. And for everything else on the team, they don't get that percentage stat modifier. They just get the 1500 HP and the 100 attack. It'll go up when it levels, but still, it's a really small bonus. Yeah, I didn't bother saving those mats. But let's look at the unit. So that's Casval's Gundam. That's good. But I have no URs that go with this leader skill. I can go down here. So Casval's Gundam from the Ultimate development will work. Barbados, Unicorn. Anyway, I talk about this in the video, but that I made on the subject. But yeah, so the supporters are really more about leader skills. So you're just going to want to pick one that goes with most of your team, and you can, I don't know, if you have a big preference over health regen or energy regen ability, that could factor in for you. But for the most part, you just go with the leader skill that works on most of your team. So even though I have 3 UR supporters now, my main squad, I'm bringing Dren and Musai because he affects 3 of my 5 suits. 4 if I still had Zeong with me. But I'm not using the Zeong anymore. I've got better options. So there we go. What else am I missing? Oh, here we go. So speaking of free-to-play units, so my main team, okay, I'm using a couple of free-to-play units. I've got the Big Zam here, and I was also using Zeong before. I'm not really using that one anymore. I've got, I got a 4th UR, so I might bring the Zeong back, but the other ones are just better, it seems. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Was it? Oh, So Big Zam, this is a free-to-play unit, okay? They can also be limit broken, and it's just like the gacha units, you need to feed dupes into it. So this is fairly obvious, but I just wanted to let people know if you weren't sure if there was something else or another system. If you want to upgrade your free-to-play units, you need to go to development and either develop their dupes or farm them. Although most of the units that you're going to want to use, SSRs, a lot of them have a one-time drop, but most of them aren't farmable. And if you're worried about that, if you do want to get a little help in a certain series and farm one of their units, or just if you're impatient, you can always farm the develop the unit, and then when you farm that first time drop, you can just feed it in as a limit break. So you're not completely wasting your time developing a unit that still has a drop. Okay, just don't max limit break it, that's all. But that's probably not going to be an issue. And then I'll get to my my last tip, and this is really basic, and I've talked about this in one or two other things. A lot of the good reroll videos are telling you this, but right now is don't spend your gems. Sorry, diamonds. They're diamonds in this game. Don't spend them. Okay, after your reroll, you get 12,000 diamonds in your reroll account. I feel very like go ahead and do that. Now, I only got 9,000 on day 1. I think it was day 2 that they started handing out an extra 3,000 as a sales bonus for the shop. But that's fine. Like, in the long run, 9,000 or 12,000 diamonds is nothing. Go ahead and get, like, a reroll with 3, 4, 5 plus. People are rerolling for 6 or 7 URs. Okay? Go ahead and do that if you have the patience. Okay? Like I said, it's quantity over quality for rerolling in this for the most part. Because if you have a favorite unit or you want the best one, you want Exia, you want Sazabi, etc. The free reroll that they give you, it's not here, but the retry banner that's free, you get 1 pull. It's only 1 UR on it, and you can keep trying. So you basically get to pick which UR you get with that. Like, literally. You don't get to just go down a list and scroll, but you can effectively choose whichever UR you want. So during the initial part of the reroll, okay, use your multis, get a handful of URs, and then whichever your favorite that you're missing, or honestly Exia or Sazabi, because those have the best pilots right now, I think that's the most important. Just choose that unit with the retry banner. It won't take that long. So, but yeah, right now, these are not the units that you want to spend your diamonds on. We've got a banner coming out in a couple of days with the first event, probably. But we have an event coming out in just a day or 2. So save your diamonds for that. You don't want to spend these. These are what are most likely going to be the worst URs in the game within just a couple months. So they won't be useless. They just will be the worst ones. This is the general pool, most likely. This is not what you spend your money on in these games. Or, even just your diamonds. Even if you're free to play, diamonds are going to be extremely limited. So don't waste them yet. Just do your reroll and then don't touch your diamonds. So that's it. This is almost a 20-minute video, so I'm going to stop rambling. I'll probably think of some more tips for you guys that dozens of you will watch. And this will all be irrelevant in 3 months when we actually find out how this game works. So if you tuned in, thank you. Check out the description for a link to my new Discord. We're going to build that up. We're going to have a good community in there. You can come in and ask for help. And I'll be back with more soon. So good luck, guys, and have a good one.